that being said, where we left off with yesterday was Clive and them made it to the Imperial capital, and through some trials, they destroyed the Mother Crystal. Well, that actually activated a guardian that was there, and Clive ended up meeting up with Ultima. And after beating down Ultima for a while, Ultima was set to take his body. Sid sacrificed himself to stop it. Unfortunately, Sid passed away, but he gave Clive his powers of Ramuh, and Ultima was not about to be defeated as so easily, and in comes Joshua, who has saved his life and trapped Ultima within himself. So, things have gotten juicy, and 5 years later, Sid is going, not Sid, but Clive, who has taken on the name of Sid, is now going around freeing a lot of the branded. And of course, like all things, when change has happened, things get worse for people, and people become pretty upset sometimes because change can be difficult. So Clive is experiencing a little bit of the aftermath of what has happened since he has destroyed the Mother Crystal. So that is where we are as far as the game is concerned, and that is where we will be picking up. And as you can see, if you look right here, you can see this is where it is. So let's go ahead and continue our adventures. Oh, also additionally, they destroyed the hideaway, so they had to pretty much relocate. So we are in what is considered the new hideaway.
Operations are suspended until further notice.
Yes, Captain. I'll let the others know. Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your adventures arrived this morning. Victor sends his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons. I'd trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you. Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here? Long though Sambrek's dominion over northeastern Storm has endured, recent days have seen the Blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambrequois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly, there is no better place to stage an army. From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind. The Holy Empire, the Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Okay. So, looks like I now have stuff unlocked. Great. What is she?
Ah, my favorite pupil. Allow me to educate you.
The state of the realm. By speaking with Vivian in the Hideaway's map room, Clive can view the state of the realm and learn more about the current going-ons of Valisthea, revisit any of the Ninetales' past lessons, or take a deeper look at the relationship of those individuals in Clive's world.
Here's the latest information I have.
The Grand Cast. Here you can view a detailed visualization of character relationships in Final Fantasy XVI that updates as you progress through the main scenarios. Use the left trigger and right trigger to cycle through pivotal milestones in Clive's adventures. Okay, that's been broke. Okay, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. I'm back. Had to fix something really quickly. All right. Hi, Cozy. Okay. So this is actually really cool. So I like how they showing this, where they show you the connections between everybody. So this is actually really, like, they're showing you Joshua. Well, not Joshua, but they're showing you Clive. And they're showing you his connections, not just familial connections, but also friendships. So that's actually really interesting. So I do like this. I like this. So they're showing you like that.
Study it well, Clive.
And then they're showing you the situation map too. So you get to kind of see the situation of what's going on within the realm. Yeah, I'm here. And you can see the current and past events. Ah, see. So I like this. I really like this. Wait a minute, what's this? Why is there a talking point for this? Huh.
Very good.
So this is actually really cool. I like this. But yes. I still want to pay mommies a visit. Okay, bye. Have fun. Yeah, I'm about to say. I was like, you kind of bold being in here. Because didn't I remember you hadn't started yet?
Everyone seems so happy to see us. It's good to be home.
I don't know. Perhaps I should just have Blackthorn make me a new... Is it business or pleasure?
You said I've started. Oh, nice.
Well, you won't hear me complaining. The only drawback... Still... I remember it like it was yesterday. You're our leader now, Clive. Go on then.
Oh, I feel so bad for them. Look at this. Oh my god, this is money. Oh, this is like so much money. I want them all, but I can't have them. What's this? Why is this?
Is that all?
Okay, I need money.
What do you need? Not saying fortune, do you?
Oh, heck yes.
Should last you a good while.
And I still can't reinforce anything. Kind of wish I could, but you can't.
Anything else?
Where else do I need to go? Oh, I came out. We need to go in. There's the tome. There's Clive's chambers. There's this now. I gotta do this. Don't think I want to go there yet. I want to go to the tub and crown.
Have we any more knuckle pies?
I definitely want to get more music. But that would have to be after I've done like so much other stuff.
Have you been to the toll? I hear a new ship was just...
Oh, the oath. The creator date Clive pledges allegiance to Sid. This crystal shard transfers between daughters is a powerful reminder of a promise made, a friendship forward, and a legacy inherited. Oh. Not this way. Look, he got a chest out here. Nice.
Lawsman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That said, I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head, but without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Aww.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
How good it is to see you, Clive. I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. What subject shall we consider today?
Like, this is like really deep.
The door to the shelves shall ever be open.
Ooh, I tell you, we're gonna have to do a stream where we just do nothing but look at the lore.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Once the hall's swept, it's over to the tavern crown.
Okay. The reading table. Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered to the reading table in his chamber. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check the reading desk upon returning to the hideaway. The Republic's place. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twin Side, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance. The one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an Eikon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss.
And now? Now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without Mothercrystals. To Sid.
Yep, there's Joshua.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Master Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Gathering storm.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
Oh, I forgot. There's like no way for me to get out from over here.
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished, without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Alright, a new quest. New orchestration as well. So the map room. Yeah, there's a quest. Around here.
And how may I assist you today? How may I help you today? Study it well, Clive. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Right. Then I think we got new music. And then we got this right. We got another part. Okay. So let's deal with the music first.
Have we any more knuckle pies?
With that long backside.
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Where we are, we can come here. Find a way to get down.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. The trees don't have teeth. I can't imagine Herbalist needing any more than this. Time to head home.
We're close to where we gotta be in. Let me go ahead and deliver this to him first. I feel like if I don't do it, then this might be a problem. Of course, you would make me come at the top, not the bottom.
Welcome back, Sid.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. Oh, I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Nice suit. Ooh. That's a nice addition. Pretty sure I have that on. Oh, you can stack these? I did not know that. Okay, well now we have learned things. Okay, cool.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. The boys from the garrison might still be nearby.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But a culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
Anything catch your eye? Much obliged.
I'll come back to that.
Is that everything? A fair trade. Is that everything? I wanted one of those.
Give me about 100.
A fair trade.
Let's give about 50 maybe? Yeah.
Is that everything? A fair trade. Is that everything?
You want
A
I
fair
don't know why you
trade.
want this for. Definitely ain't giving you that. I'll give you about 70 of these. Yeah, I think 70 is a good number. Ooh, 70.
I wanted one of those. Fairly well.
Hey. Alright, I think those are good.
Oi, look sharp!
If those horses touch an arrow on Martha's head, oh, kill 'em.
Look. Up ahead. Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far. Easy to the Empire.
Stay down!
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
Oh, they killed the abbot. Wow.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offence.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
Okay.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long. Is that all of them?
I think so.
It's never just all of them. There's always more than that.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive. The abbot.
Got him too.
The bearers died protecting him. Calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive? He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest, but the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the Abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the Abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
That is so sad. We gotta go this way. Yeah, we gotta go around that way. Yeah, we gotta go around this way. What the hell? What is this? Oh, this is a bounty? Can I kill it? Every now and then, Clive may encounter creatures faster, larger, faster, more ferocious than most. While fighting is always about defeating those, notorious men can earn him not only renown, but also rare items to be.
You think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Get out of that. Ooh, shit. I wonder. failed to that. Okay. Nope, nope. We're not gonna fail to that. All right.
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse.
How do I get down? Almost had it behind too. Don't worry too much about y'all right now. I'm trying to get over there. Do I need to go the other way? I might need to go the other way.
It's over.
Yeah, I gotta go over there. Crap. Because there's no way to cross over here. Okay, hold on. Let's go here. Right, so we're gonna have to go up and over.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon. They've killed my bear.
Oi, look sharp! Thank you, Founder. Thank you.
I ought to be able to use like a boat. I'm surprised they don't let you use the boat like that though. There we go. Get the things. That's all you gave me?
You didn't see that coming.
That's all he gave me. Stuff.
That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
No one survived then?
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumors started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these black shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers. What in the world is going on?
There's a quest.
Try not to move. Don't make it worse.
Oi! You there! Don't just pass me! You handy with that sword of yours? course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? Because a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now, they're back, looking to settle the score. Oh, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
Sure.
All right.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Let's go. We'll save her.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Okay, I got opinion.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight. They're in trouble.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Love it.
You're safe now. White Heart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
Oh, she back. I thought something had happened to her.
And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then. I knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Do I finally get my own chocobo?
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Now, he was talking mess to us earlier on because we had the scar on our face. Now that Clive doesn't have the Clive on his face, now he's talking to him like really nice.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
so we got our chocobo back. Yay! And we leveled up. And we unlocked chocobos. After 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Hold R3 while in the field to summon Ambrosia and to mount the chocobo. Okay, return to the hideaway.
Where's Gav?
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mothercrystals. Four Mothercrystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rosfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
I don't know if that bode well. following Holloway facilities are now available. Alliant reports, the Patrons Whisper, the Hunt Board. All of these are near autumn. Okay, we're gonna save. God, I need like so many more ability points. Gotta quit. Badge of Might. Okay.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
The Kupo board.
That
Remember
broom's as
this.
ragged as
So Mather's all right.
Yep.
Alright.
So lucky though.
Now we can talk to him.
What's the matter, Nectar? The Hunt Board? It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
But he wants me to slay them.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
I think it's cute that they did it like that. Okay, so the reports of fiends terrorizing the countryside are posted on the Hunt Board in hopes that fearless heroes such as Clive will take it up upon themselves to hunt down and slay the marks. So I did that one because I found this one out there. This is Sam Breed. Well, that's a lot of money. These are C and B marks. Okay, okay. What's this?
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friends' donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Sure.
Come to claim your just desserts?
Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Please decorate at the Patron's Whisper in the Hideaway's Mess to view current renown level and accept any donations available. Oh. Okay.
All yours. You earned this.
Oh, cool.
Come again. I may have more for you. Here for another of my lectures? What is it that you wish to learn? Here's the latest information I have.
Well, I see we're gonna end up fighting him.
One must understand one's place in the world.
Alright, so we were in Rosalind. We had the Black Shield. And then we had these guys right here who are also pursuing me. We have to go here.
Very good.
Okay, cool. Let's grab some side quests.
Doesn't sound like anywhere is safe.
How are you doing? Here you go.
Oh.
Seen enough?
There's none? Yeah, there's a green marker on them over here. Oh, apparently I can go even further back. What did we learn? Okay, so I gotta go back here. Go all the way in the back. Okay, cool.
That room's as ragged as...
I hear there's trouble.
Think it's all right to touch him?
I didn't even know you can come all the way back here.
Did you come through the forge today?
I don't want to see what's back here.
And you say Sid built this place?
Look at this place. It is so big. Oh, wow.
Go on. Eat up. You won't grow fat pecking at hay.
What's the matter, Sid? You look as pale as the day your predecessor slung you in the cell next to mine. Not about to have another fit, are you? Of course you aren't. You're a changed man now. We both are.
You suspicious just because I don't even remember you being in there. Here. More areas for people to kind of chill out at. Okay. I see y'all. Y'all over here doing a lot. Clive built this place up. He really did. I appreciate it. I mean, they really built this place up. Huh. Interesting.
Martel. You'll try your... Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just... Well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Be the only one.
Did you come through the forge today? That broom's as ragged as go.
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here, courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, make Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Them old apples right after
I hear there's trouble.
I love all of this. Like, this is so good. He really did build all this back up. Well, not back up, but he built them a really nice place.
The Cursebreakers send their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work. She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martel lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martel. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
Aww. You get some apples. Now you know what I'm about to do. I want to see if I can do it. Clive, not today. Look at this. Look at it. Look at that. I think that's a pretty picture. What do I have to do now? Eating table, wall of memories. So visit those areas. That would have to make me like something. Hold on. I think this is really cute. I like it.
it's all
That
right
meant
to
me
touch him.
too.
No, you go first.
They're trying to touch. Horrible.
Everyone used to live in the sky. Where did they get their fish? They ain't flying fish, silly.
Oh, Ambrose's pack, and then the apple. And an owl. We have another missile. You forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spend together, it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. I'm glad to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your Chocobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Famous Gate. And here, so many years later, we find that she has spent her life doing the exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Okay. Now we gotta go here. I like how we can't go anywhere else now. Probably why I have no balance to go get. Like no side quests in other areas.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
Gav is gonna betray y'all.
He does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Kill a bee. How to get all the shiny. got those out the way. Cool. How the hell am I supposed to get here? I gotta go this way.
All right.
Did I go the wrong way? Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try to.
Come on.
Faster!
I forgot that I can now ride on something.
Time to fight.
Gotta hold this. I actually did. Went the wrong way. There we go. I went past all that. Not the parrot chocobo. Hi, Jay. Yes, all the parrot chocobos.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Yeah, we found a good chocobo.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
I ain't got much, but what's mine is yours, for a price.
I'm gonna have to come back.
Into the
and
roads
start
now.
getting me, music.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions? 100?
How you
I
doing,
heard it were
Jay?
1,000.
How was your Saturday?
hunting for outlaws. How do you like that? 2 more left to join the garrison. You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and it's just as swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Anyway. I will turn around and go this way.
Fly, Ambrosia.
That'll do, girl.
Wait, she doesn't go through villages? Damn. Can I go this way? No. Okay, well, she doesn't go through villages, so that's at least interesting to know, even though this village is pretty freaking open.
That's a fair old scar.
I got right here. It is crack and a half. I don't want to go over there. But, can't help it. I go. Now we gotta take it.
Run like the wind.
More of my mother's men.
Come on.
Thank skull.
Damn. Still out here feeling like some kind of way. Hi. Alright. Chocobo. Now, how you doing, Jay? I don't know if I asked that. But how you doing?
Faster.
On this Saturday morning. More black field.
It's over.
Good God. They're like all through here. You should take a break before I start some yard work. Oof. Oof. Oof, I don't miss that.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
Ooh, what kind of yard work you doing? Weeding, gardening.
You
I
were
wish I
told
could
to
listen.
stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are, and still, you would bear your steel.
Yes, we would.
Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true Shield of Rosaria.
Taking down a small tree that has been overtaken by vines. More of a large bush than small tree. Understandable.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordeal. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Bald Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
I mean, if it helps though, I mean, it's probably where I am. I was sending you all my clouds. I doubt that was it. Oh, did I already get the thing I came over here for? I should have came this way anyway. But please send the comments that I don't mind yard work when it's cloudy. I mean, is the sun full on out, or is it just, it's like, it's just now coming? Because like early sun is not so bad. I think it's when it's like later sun. It's like when the sun is like really high up in the sky. That's when it is.
Find something, boy. Death.
I mean, but my clouds look like it's about to rain. So I don't know if you want to have my clouds.
Oh, found her.
The sun is out in full Chloe, and there's very little shade where this bush and tree is. Wow.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone?
I don't know. I never truly understood.
You said right now people didn't know y'all working all.
This.
Oh, Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Is it Monday yet? No. But no, not no Mondays yet. You know, you were so quick and ready to go back to work. I mean, they just went and killed everybody. Like they literally have no shame whatsoever. They don't discriminate. Yeah, okay. Well, at least we got stuff we gotta get to, so we got that. Can't call the chocobo here. Oh, that's right, because I can't call the chocobo. It's my own fault for ordering from Square Enix directly.
We're approaching
I
the
was gonna ask you about that.
Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Because I was wondering why, so I didn't know if you order it directly from Square Enix. I know I mean, I did the digital copy. So there's that.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hush now. You didn't hear nothing.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
You find no succor to the south travellers, nor beyond the Buet. The Empire
You really
has
gonna
seen
get the
fit
collector's
to
edition, but I
banish us
talked
from
myself
our own
out of it.
land.
Oh, are you gonna pay that $500, huh? That's why I was just talking about. You was just like, nah, we good, man. I don't know. Like, yeah. I mean, I like collector's editions of things, but like $500.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Ooh, look. Got that. Yeah, I mean, like I don't mind. I can see like maybe 100, 200. You know, because I always pay for the collector's edition digital for every time that like Final Fantasy XIV has an expansion.
Die on your doorstep.
Better out there than in here.
More than enough practice.
I'm the chinless bastards. Those crystals belong to us all.
If I were to play the statue, then I probably would have gotten in. True.
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Like, I don't have any display cases, so it wouldn't have been in my best interest to do all that.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
Black light burn. Let's see. Marked here. Okay.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
I think I've only really ever had like one statue. That was a Batman statue. I forget which Batman I purchased that gave up that statue. But that's about it. Most of the time though, it's like if I get a collector's edition, it's like
this is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
It's more so like things that I would find useful for me, if that makes sense. Like, I bought Destiny 2's collector's edition when it first came, like when Destiny 2 itself first came out. So I still have like the backpack. It was like a survivor kit.
Oi! Visitors!
So it had like a little
apologies
package.
We'll show ourselves out.
Lord, we got a bunch of y'all, huh? So it had like, you know, like a big laptop bag, and then it had like what you would need for this collector just an SMT5, mainly because it came with a messenger bag. Sometimes right, that's how it was with the Destiny 2 one. So it came with the collectors, it came with a messenger bag, and then it had like which I still have. It's like a thing that you can put like with a container, you can put like raincoats and you know,
and he's
like if you had a rolled up rain jacket.
Then perhaps it's
like
time
the
you
real light
joined
ones.
him.
The blessing of the Phoenix.
Or like then it also had like a thing where
I was there when you died.
It also had the what is it? It was like a solar collector. And it was a battery.
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to
So
fear
like
from
you
us.
could solar it up, you could power it up with solar, and then you could charge like your phone and stuff like that.
Really is you.
It is.
So like I got it for that purpose.
So wait.
But like, yeah, so I got the Destiny 2 one for that. But like, anything else though? Like, yeah, I think I said I got the other I got a Batman game that had a statue of Batman and everything. But other than that, though, I very rarely buy physicals. I actually did want the collector's edition of this one because I wanted the map to be able to put on my wall and stuff like that. But
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
I can't justify $500 for collector's edition.
Of us, though we didn't.
Look, I be on a budget. My budget behind is kind of like I'll just dream that I was rich enough to afford something like that.
Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye.
You said for $350 I can get the Xbox CE of Destiny 2. Oh, you know what? I have that too. Because it has
doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about
Cage Journal. I remember that. Okay, yeah. That's not secret, but so now you make me remember.
She wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge. Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say
35
that.
for the PS4 CE. So.
Very well.
I do remember having.
If that is your wish,
the
I
Xbox
would be
version for
honored
Destiny
to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
Now, because I still have Kay's book.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
Oh, that was the other thing that came out of it. So you know I like lore in a game, right? I love lore in a game. So let me break it down.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
So I really love lore. So the Destiny 2 one came with Kay's journal. And it also came with like a book that had Emperor Callus's thoughts and stuff in there. Like he broke down everything that had happened to him in the book, right? Now there was a Destiny 1 version that had actually a physical strange coin. I have that too. So like it's that mess was heavy. Then so I used to play Halo a lot back then. So, you know, I got the collector's edition for Halo Reach. And with Halo Reach, I had Catherine's diary. So I had that. I had her little journal and everything. So I really liked that. And I forgot what couple. It was a couple other things that came with that, but I had that too. So like I love stuff like that. Things that give me like journals to like put your hands on and you can read as if you're like talking to the character, like the characters are actually writing to you and everything else like that. I absolutely loved it. So I love stuff like that. We just had the Hello edition Xbox.
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
I don't want to spend money for the... Let's get this to me for free. Ooh, what's this? Ooh, look at some of this.
Of course, my lord. As you wish, my lord. Will that be all?
Oh, I'm gonna grab this just because I can.
As you wish, my lord. It has been an
all
honor.
that money just go down. I'm just like so crying right now. Ooh, what is this set? Lightning rod. What is this set these? So I have stuff like that. Like I don't have a lot, but I did have enough of those. But like I love stuff like that. Things that give you journals. Oh, I love them things. Like anything that can give me a really good journal, I love. Okay, I really want that. So we're saving points because I really want this. Like I really want this. That looks good too, but I want this more. I gotta see.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buet Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Aldale have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will...
Like I said, I wish I wasn't on so much of a budget
putting
right now.
an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Ooh, I would definitely get like some of the Destiny 2, some of the Destiny 2 stuff. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Okay. Cool. We got this then. But yeah.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Sideways. That was the Black Shields.
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky I didn't have my axe.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
We better confront his mother. Like, we really better confront his mother.
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame! For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
You're finished.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battles for them.
More dragons! Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him?
They ain't gonna learn. Ooh, I got a lot of stuff.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Nice, dude.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
What some heavy footsteps.
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer,
Lord have
for
mercy.
thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Wow.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have.
I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Ooh, what's the matter, Jill? Poor Rutherford, right? Rutherford, you run all over the place.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.